Welcome to Alien TV Broadcasting YouTube channel, ran by Alien Hybrids, bringing you some great Earth and space news features and inside info. My name's Big Tiny Tim Not Dim, Hybrid Model T44. Tonight we bring a feature documentary asking the question, is the Earth hollow? Is the hollow Earth just a old Earthling folk story? Does the theory of the Earth being a molten burning mass internally make sense, or are your leaders again keeping secrets of your Earth from you? We bring you facts and then leave it to you to decide. Let's start with fundamentals, such as did you know that the deepest anyone has drilled into the Earth is only some 12 miles in depth, and the mass molten iron ball theory is just that, a theory, made by those mad scientists who told you that nobody lived on the moon, and they were the first to go there. Ha ha ha, I know, amazing isn't it? But the funniest bit is the masses of Earthlings believe it hook, line and sinker. Well, it's a long documentary, so sit back and get comfy, then I will begin. Let's start with some basic spouted info used in every classroom in the world. Yep, the Earth having a fiery center. The belief in the Earth having a fiery center probably arose from the fact that the deeper one penetrates into the Earth, the warmer it gets. But it is a far-fetched assumption to suppose that this increase of temperature continues until the center of the Earth. There is no evidence to support this view. It is more probable that the increase of temperature continues only until we reach the level where volcanic lava and earthquakes originate, probably due to the existence of much radioactive substances there. But after we pass through this layer of maximum heat, there is no reason why it should not get cooler and cooler as we get nearer and nearer to the Earth's center. Now let's look into another important fact dispelling what they try and teach you. The total surface of the Earth is 197 million square miles and its estimated weight is 6 sextillion tons. If the Earth was a solid sphere, its weight would be much greater. This is one among other scientific evidences of the fact that the Earth has a hollow interior. Something they conveniently tend to skip over when discussing the notion. The truth is, nobody actually knows or are not saying what is really down there. Several ideas have been made over the years, all confirming one thing: the Earth certainly has aliens living internally. We know that as a fact, and the only real question is, are they living in the center, or just in the first few hundred miles? If you watched our Nazis aliens under the Antarctic videos, you will see proof of collaboration and activities near to the southern hollow Earth region. So is the hollow Earth such a strange idea? We show you many hollow Earth pictures, sketches and ideas, which certainly make more sense than a giant river of molten liquid somehow creating a magnetic field. When have you seen an electric motor have a fluid center? It's normal for solid irons to create magnetic energy, so again it blows the molten middle theory. Several other points worth mentioning. 1. Have you noticed UFO ships always gather and enter in volcanoes? 2. Why so many countries flock and have stations at both poles? Which initially was said for gathering minerals, yet no mining has ever been made. 3. Patents exist for a globe which has a inner world. Did he know something in them days? 4. Remember, the moon is hollow. NASA did a test explosion and it rang like a bell? And yet the Earth is apparently supposed to not be? 5. Earthquakes resonate in a way which dispel the solid core theory. Indeed, the resonance is more likened to the hollow-walled theory. Expert William Blessing wrote, "The Earth is not a true sphere. It is flat at the poles, or, I should say, it begins to flatten out at the poles. The pole is simply the outer rim of a magnetic circle, and at this point the magnetic needle of the compass points down. As the Earth turns on its axis, the motion is gyroscopic. The outer gyroscopic pole is the magnetic rim of a circle. Beyond the rim the Earth flattens and slopes gradually like a canyon into the interior. The true pole in the exact center of the cone is perpendicular, for this point is the exact center of the opening or hollow into the Earth's interior. The old idea that the Earth was once a solid or molten mass and that at the center is composed of molten iron must be discarded. Since the shell of the Earth is about 800 miles thick, that would mean that the molten iron core would be more than 7,000 miles in diameter and 21,000 miles in circumference. Impossible. Likewise, the old idea that the deeper into the Earth the hotter it becomes must also be discarded. It is radium and radioactivity that produce the heat in the Earth. All surface rocks contain minute particles of radium. So hollow Earth is most probable. Now let's take a look at ancient history. In ancient times, the concept of a subterranean land inside the Earth appeared in mythology, folklore and legends. The idea of subterranean realms seemed arguable, and became intertwined with the concept of places of origin or afterlife, such as the Greek underworld, the Nordic Svartalfheimr, the Christian Hell, and the Jewish Sheol, with details describing inner earth and Kabbalistic literature, such as the Zohar and Hest Lavrom. The idea of a subterranean realm is also mentioned in Tibetan Buddhism belief. 1-2. According to one story, there is an ancient city called Shambhala which is located inside the earth. 2. According to the ancient Greeks, there were caverns under the surface which were entrances leading to the underworld, some of which were the caverns at Tainaran in Laconia, at Trojan in Argolis, at Apphia in Thesprotia, at Heraclea in Pontos, and in Ermione. 3. In Thracians and Dacians legend it is said that there are underground chambers occupied by an ancient god called Zalmoxis. 4. In Mesopotamian religion there is a story of a man who, after traveling through the darkness of a tunnel in the mountain of Mashu, entered a subterranean garden. 5. Chapel, bell tower and penitential beds on Station Island. The bell tower stands on a mound that is the site of the original cave which according to various myths is an entrance which leads inside the earth to a place of purgatory. The cave has been closed since October 25, 1632. In Celtic mythology there is a legend of a cave called Cruachan, also known as Ireland's Gate to Hell, a legendary and ancient cave from which according to legend strange creatures would emerge in ancient times and be seen on the surface of the earth. 6. There are also stories of medieval knights and saints who went on pilgrimages to a cave located in Station Island, County Donegal in Ireland, where they made journeys inside the earth and to a place of purgatory. 7. There is an Irish myth which says tunnels in County Down, Northern Ireland lead to the land of the subterranean Tuatha Dé Danann, a group of people who are believed to have introduced Druidism to Ireland, and then went back underground. 8. An ancient legend of the Angami Naga tribes of India claim that their ancestors emerged in ancient times from a subterranean land inside the earth. 9. There are legends from the Taino people that their ancestors emerged in ancient times from two caves in a mountain underground. 10. It is the belief of the natives of the Milanovskis Trobriand Islands that their ancestors had come from a subterranean land through a cavern hole called Abucula. 11. There is an ancient legend held in Mexican folklore that a cave in a mountain 5 miles south of Ojinaga, Mexico was possessed by devilish creatures who came from inside the earth. 12. There was an ancient myth held in the Middle Ages that some mountains located between Eisenach and Gotha in Germany hold a portal to the inner earth. There is an old Russian legend that says the Samoyeds, an ancient Siberian tribe, traveled to an underground cavern city to live inside the earth. On and on it goes. Hollow Earth is not just restricted to legends. Several signs and stories confirm those who have said to have seen or been. Such an example is, the Shaver Mystery. During 1943, Shaver wrote a letter to Amazing Stories magazine. He claimed to have discovered an ancient language he called Mantong, a sort of proto-human language which was the source of all earthly languages. In Mantong, each sound had a hidden meaning, and by applying this formula to any word in any language, one could decode a secret meaning to any word, name or phrase. Editor Ray Palmer applied the Mantong formula to several words, and said he realized Shaver was onto something. According to Palmer, in his autobiography The Secret World, Palmer wrote back to Shaver, asking how he had learned of Mantong. Shaver responded with an approximately 10,000-word document entitled A Warning to Future Man. Shaver wrote of extremely advanced prehistoric giant races, who had built cavern cities inside the Earth before abandoning Earth for another planet, due to damaging radiation from the Sun. Those ancients also abandoned some of their own offspring here, a minority of whom remained noble and human Teros, while most degenerated over time into a population of mentally impaired sadists known as Deros, short for detrimental robots. Shaver's robots were not mechanical constructs, but were robot-like due to their savage behavior. He wrote of an underground land of giants in the underground city of Eden. The city of Eden is located in what seems to be a beautiful valley, yet, in fact, it is on the loftiest mountain plateau of the inner continent, several thousand feet higher than any portion of the surrounding country. It is the most beautiful place I have ever beheld in all my travels. In this elevated garden all manner of fruits, vines, shrubs, trees, and flowers grow in riotous profusion. In this garden 4 rivers have their source in a mighty artesian fountain. They divide in flow in 4 directions. This place is called by the giant inhabitants the navel of the earth, or the beginning, the cradle of the human race. The names of the rivers are the Euphrates, the Pison, the Gihon, and the Hiddekel. On another note, many of you will have heard of Admiral Byrd, and his supposed flight over the Hollow Earth entrance. Well, we are not convinced on this story as a few points do not make sense to us. The Admiral Byrd theory. Adherents to the Hollow Earth hypothesis believe that Byrd flew over the North Pole and into the Hollow Earth in February 1947 and that he kept a secret diary of the incident. This belief was first published in 1957 in F. Amadeo Giannini's book The Worlds Beyond the Poles. Giannini writes that Bird encountered a humanoid being from another world who warned humanity to pursue peace and not war. He also reported that Bird spotted a living woolly mammoth near the North Pole. One major problem with Giannini's account is that in February 1947, Bird was leading the highly publicized Operation High Jump in Antarctica and was, consequently, nowhere near the North Pole. Another problem is that in February the Arctic is in winter and sunlight does not reach the North Pole, so that it would have been impossible for Bird to see something, like a woolly mammoth, from the air. Furthermore, Giannini quotes directly from the 1937 movie Lost Horizon, in the dialogue of the humanoid Bird allegedly encountered. Some Hollow Earth theorists believe that the Worlds Beyond the Poles was published by in order to discredit the Hollow Earth theory, as it remains still today one of the biggest secrets of our planet. So there you have it. Is it hollow? You decide. We would say the proof points more to a yes it is, than a no it's just a melted blob. We just hope we have helped your quest to know more, and helped you decide. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to both our channels PWDHCO and Peter Alien TV for more documentaries on Earth and space issues. Also remember our websites nibrualenanco.uk and .com, hold loads of interesting alien Earth space videos and documentaries free for your viewings 24/7. So for now, from me, Big Tiny Tim Not Dim, and the Alien TV team, a very good night and bye for now. Welcome to Alien TV Broadcasting YouTube channel, ran by Alien Hybrids, bringing you some great Earth and space news, features and inside info. My name's Big Tiny Tim Not Dim, Hybrid Model T44. Tonight we bring a feature documentary asking the question, is the Earth hollow? Is the hollow Earth just a old Earthling folk story? Does the theory of the Earth being a molten burning mass internally make sense, or are your leaders again keeping secrets of your Earth from you? We bring you facts and then leave it to you to decide. Let's start with fundamentals, such as did you know that the deepest anyone has drilled into the Earth is only some 12 miles in depth, and the mass molten iron ball theory is just that, a theory made by those mad scientists who told you that nobody lived on the moon, and they were the first to go there. Ha ha ha, no, amazing isn't it? But the funniest bit is the masses of Earthlings believe it hook, line and sinker. Well, it's a long documentary, so sit back and get comfy, then I will begin. Let's start with some basic spouted info used in every classroom in the world. Yep, the Earth having a fiery center. The belief in the Earth having a fiery center probably arose from the fact that the deeper one penetrates into the Earth, the warmer it gets. But it is a far-fetched assumption to suppose that this increase of temperature continues until the center of the Earth. There is no evidence to support this view. It is more probable that the increase of temperature continues only until we reach the level where volcanic lava and earthquakes originate, probably due to the existence of much radioactive substances there. But after we pass through this layer of maximum heat,